Hey y'all, it is me, Shayna with ThickAsCloset.com, and welcome back to my channel. As always, love having you guys here. And we are back for and this video we are doing a recap of episode 2 of season 4 of Insecure. So today I wanted to have BAREBURGER. BAREBURGER is bomb.com. If you've never had it, if it's in your area, please try them because they're so good. I got onion rings. They have these cauliflower bites that are like next level. And then this one, I think I got just the Buckaroo burger, but they do vegan burgers if you are vegan. If you just want to go with no meat, you can do that as well. I love them, and they have a sale or like a good special for lunch during this quarantine time. It's like $12.99 for like a burger and a side, which is actually really good. Their food is bomb. So, and then I got a little cherry cola here. Before we hop into any of this review, the recap, or whatever, or this food, this is your first time seeing my face. Hi, welcome. I am Shayna of ThickAsCloset.com, and I do a little bit of everything here on this channel, so I feel like you should go ahead and subscribe down below to my channel because I'm awesome and my subscribers are hella awesome as well. But if you were oldie but a goodie, you know I have nothing but love for you. So I hope that you guys have food ready to go. Get your get your popcorn, get your meal, whatever it is that you're going to be eating, and let's just enjoy this together. Let's commune together and talk about Insecure. Now, for me, this episode was not super eventful, to be honest with you. I didn't think like a lot was going on, but I do think it's giving some new looks at different things. So I want to start with Molly. Now, on the first episode, I told you I was completely over Molly. That has not changed. However, I think we're seeing that Molly is very lonely. This girl is being left out of a lot of things. She sees a shift with her relationship with Issa because of Condola. We see her being left out at work, trying to make amends with Torium, however that's going. And then you see her trying to just pull out just regular ass communication with Andrew. And she's just like, bruh. I don't know. And I do appreciate her for trying to communicate with Andrew. Because I get it. It's super frustrating to be with somebody and they don't even really want to be like, don't want to talk, don't want to open up. Or anytime you try to press a certain issue or just try to get to know them, they're like, they shut down or, it's fine. I don't, it's cool. They don't really ever say a lot of times, I don't want to talk about it. They just say it's cool. And it's like, but it's clearly bothering you, so it's not cool. But then they just kind of leave you sort of hanging there, and it's very frustrating. So I understand that. And I appreciate her for like telling him like, I want someone that has depth. Like you don't tell me about your job. You don't tell me about your family. You don't tell me what's going on. And you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you should be open with me. And so I appreciate her for finally being able to communicate something. Because we all know last episode she really wasn't communicating jack. So I appreciate her for communicating and trying to be the adult in the situation. So kudos to Molly for that. So I got this really good aioli sauce. It goes great with the onion rings or the cauliflower. So good. Well, I really hope that Andrew and Molly kind of figure it out. Because I really don't need her to be in another struggle situation. And I feel like Andrew, Molly, just as much as Andrew's different for Molly, Molly's different for Andrew. He may have like always had a thing for like black girls, but I feel like now, him really being involved, the black woman who has so many facets to her that still has some struggles that she's going through. And that, she's really trying to pull him out of his normal space. Because I think for him, for a long time, kind of keeping it jokey and surface and all that has worked for him in his past relationships. So I think now that he has someone else kind of like, no, I need you to talk to me. It's kind of throwing him for a loop in a good way. So I really hope that this works out for both of them. I really do. Because it'll be good. So somebody could stop being on the struggle bus for relationships. So So good. Let's move on. I have always been Team Lawrence. However, this episode he was trash. I'm sorry. Like, I don't think it was right for him to roll up on Issa, talking about keep my name out your mouth. I get that you and Condola are friends, but like, don't talk about me. And it's kind of like, first and foremost, calm down. No one is checking for you like that. Two, the way he went about it is what bothers me. It's like, you texted her, you pull up at the house, you talk for like 5 minutes or whatever, and then when she calls to ask you, well, does Condola know? You're gonna be like, oh no, she doesn't know I came to see you. Not that serious, but don't tell her. If it's not that serious, why can't Issa tell her? Like, because Condola had been like, well, why did you go and talk to her? Like, and I think I get what Condola was saying. Like, it can't be awkward every time a reference to Lawrence comes up or Lawrence names come up. Or Lawrence name comes up. The reality is, beyond this block party, he is a common denominator that they do have. So he gonna come up. You're gonna come up, bruh. Like, and I feel like I'm gonna give Issa the benefit of the doubt. She's not gonna say or do some craziness that's gonna make you look bad and ultimately ruin what she has going on with Condola. I think it's very natural in conversation. You talk about the boy eating his french fries and mayonnaise. Like, I feel like they can keep conversation lighthearted without it being completely out of whack and completely weird. And I feel like him interfering like that is what's going to make it weird. Which is probably why he said to her, oh, well, don't tell Condola we spoke. If it's not that serious, why don't you want her to know? And I highly doubt that Issa is going to go and say some reckless shit to make Condola not like Lawrence. I don't think Issa is that petty of a person. Molly would do some shit like that, but I think Issa would do some stuff like that. And he was dead wrong for that. I don't know that at all. What do we think about that, y'all? I mean, because I think I absolutely love Condola and Issa's kind of rapport. Condola is just gorgeous. I mean, whoever they got styling her, kudos, because she be looking real cute. And I always love that. I always love her hair. I love her and Issa together. I think Condola, for me, sort of gives Issa this. Condola sort of gives Issa this kind of thing to actually aspire to that is relevant to her. Because I feel like over the years, the only real person that Issa could ever really aspire to be or look up to in terms of a lifestyle was Molly. And being that Molly is a lawyer, which is not Issa's sort of interest at all, and Molly has kind of this like pretentiousness about her, there was a limit to how much Issa could aspire to be like Molly. But I feel like with Condola, Issa has someone to actually have a tangible aspiration to. You know what I mean? Condola is kind of in the realm of what can take Issa's ideas into the next level, right? Condola seems, as of right now, down to earth. Like, she's interesting, she's funny, she's cute, she could dance, could dress. Clearly has well linked connections and is very thorough about what she knows how to do. She's somebody that, like, listen, let's run with those ideas. She's uplifting. She's like, she deals with Issa's quirkiness in a way that I don't think Molly ever really has. Or it could be that because they're still very new, that Condola is dealing with Issa's awkwardness because, again, it's new. Whereas Molly has years of experience with Issa just being this awkward ass black girl, right? This is the first time that Issa is really able to see someone do what she's doing, and Issa can be like, oh, I can actually do that. I think this is the first person that she really could see that in, because Tiffany, she never aspired to be Tiffany. Ever. Kelly's in accounting. We know Issa don't like numbers. And you have Molly that's the lawyer. So this is the first time that someone really could put things into perspective for Issa in terms of what she can become and what she can do. We see when Issa invites Condola to dinner with her and Molly clearly is not happy about it. And I can kind of understand that because it was like, I thought it was just going to be us. Um, and so for Issa to last minute invite Condola, it did seem very much like she was dismissive of Molly's feelings. So I can understand why Molly felt that way. And it is kind of, it's inappropriate. It's like disrespectful to invite someone where it was like, listen, we've been putting off us having dinner. Now we got to invite a third party. So, oh my God, I'm sorry, y'all. This is so good. So I get the frustration that Molly had with that. And it was kind of like petty to be like, well, do you want me to not invite her? Like, because now if Issa comes around and tells Condola, oh, by the way, no, you can't stay for dinner, then it's going to look mad awkward. It's going to even add further awkwardness to her and Condola. Like, well played. Well freaking played. And I don't know if maybe Issa is kind of over this emotional situation that Molly is going through, and Issa kind of just wants a buffer, because I feel like she probably just didn't want to talk to Molly about Molly's problems anymore. I think Issa is feeling like she wants someone who isn't so attached to her life to be friends with, and someone that's not going to just be every time we see each other, every time we're around each other, we have to have these serious conversations about feeling. I think at this point, Issa just wants a friend that is just there to be a friend, and not so much on a deep level. You know what I mean? I don't think she's not gonna not love Molly, but I think she's exhausted of Molly. You're just like, ugh. I think Condola is a breath of fresh air for her. She's something new, and to have Condola there, whether it's conscious or not, I think having Condola at lunch with them or at dinner with them, it's going to eliminate Molly from being too personal. So that way Issa's like, I don't have to deal with this right now. You know what I'm saying? Because the last thing anybody wants when you're having this like really upbeat, you're very positive in this moment, you're really excited about what you're talking about, you're super into, the job that's going to happen. And then her and Condola are sitting there having this conversation about the block party. And then your spirit is up here, and then your best friend comes in and it's going to just drag your spirit down to here. Nobody want that. I don't want to feel that, So I think subconsciously that having Condola there is going to keep that buffer between, her, where her spirit needs to be. And I think she didn't want Molly taking away that space. I think Condola is pouring into her a lot right now, and Issa feels like the more Condola pours into her, the more Issa has to pour into Molly. And at that point, I think Issa got tired of pouring into Molly for a hot second. Like, she was just done. So I don't know if anybody else noticed, but you realize, like, do you notice how out of the loop Molly and Issa are in each other's lives? Like, did anybody else notice that but me? Like, Molly has no clue what's going on with this block party. Like, she was super surprised that Issa had made the progress that she was making. Molly was surprised that Issa had kind of found her headliner for the block party. Issa was surprised to find out that Molly slept with Andrew and that Kelly knew the story. Like, there is such a disconnect between these two. It is clearly obvious that they are so out of the loop on each other. Completely out of the loop. And despite their self-care Sundays, which y'all know I love, I said this last episode, but I just don't feel like I feel like they're trying too hard at this point. Like, it's one thing to make a point to have girlfriend time, but it's another thing to for it to look and feel forced, and that's what it's starting to feel like for me. It's like, okay, we'll talk at self-care Sunday, and it's like, now they have to dump all of their feelings in this one day where they're supposed to be working out or doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? So something about it just doesn't seem genuine anymore to me. So I guess I want to see what happens as the season goes along, because I don't know if I'm feeling it all the way, to be honest with you. And I want to rewind back to Lawrence. I want to know what they're going to do with Lawrence this season, because what Like, are we trying to keep him relevant because of Condola? I also feel like he sort of brings the element of something extra because now with him being in the mix, all the guys are kind of like back in the mix, like Derek and Chad. So we get kind of like this boys bromance perspective, but also like, do we even really need it? Like Derek and Chad are really part of the reason why Lawrence was on such a downward spiral for like all of season 2. You know, when he was boning all these different girls left and right. Y'all remember that? Like when he was, like fresh off that breakup with Issa, and he was out here just boning anything with 2 legs. Like, they were a huge part of that. I don't necessarily think that his friends are the best examples for him because, one, Derek is married with a baby on the way. Chad, as far as we remember last season, he was engaged and he'd been a whole mess since season 1. So I don't know if we want to follow him into any sort of directions. And then here's Lawrence just kind of just here, like in revealing his fuckboyness in all of the situation. And I mean, I get it. He wants to like Condola and he wants Condola to like him for him on her own merit, which totally understandable. I get it. But I really think that he's putting too much on her relationship with Issa because like to go as far as to be like, well, I don't want her like he doesn't want her image of him tainted, right? Which again, understandable, but I really feel like you've been with Issa where you were with her 5 years. You honestly think she's going to go out of her way to paint you in such a bad light to Condola that you had to go through all of this? Sir, it's quite presumptuous of you, honestly. Quite presumptuous. Also, can we just talk about TSA Bay? But like, I get it. Issa just having fun, right? She just enjoying it, she getting her feet wet where she want to get her feet wet, or not really her feet, whatever. But and then to find out, at the end of the episode, she's like, he had 2 kids and one all the way, and clearly it was not going to help her to be baby mama number 4. But I don't know. I don't want them to write out TSA Bay right away. Like, I really like TSA Bay so far. I thought he was fun. Their sex scenes are just weird. I don't like watching Issa have sex. It's just not attractive. like sis, I need you to have one struggle. I need you to struggle in like 1 or 2 areas. Like, you cannot struggle in everything. You just can't. You cannot. Even her sex talk was weird. Like, I just was so confused. I'm just like, I'm watching. I'm just like, and then the whole like booty button thing, which I thought, I was like, you know what? At least he's like, he's a dude that, hey, this is what I like. It's gonna get me there, and we all for it, and I rock with it. I love that. So I mean, the aspects of her dealing with this guy who's clearly not her norm, who clearly is giving her what she wants in that moment. Not that she can't find better, because we all know that she probably can. I just feel like, I just want to see more. I think we don't have to fall in love with him. He doesn't have to be like her end all and be all. What do you guys think about TSA Bay? Like, do we like him? I'm here for him completely, because we have like, I don't recall ever, especially on Insecure, where there's been a big dude. You know what I mean? Usually we get like the Nathans who are all like svelte and cut up, or slim and slender like Lawrence. The biggest we've seen was Daniel, and Daniel was stocky. Like, we never really saw a big dude. So I'm kind of like even though we didn't have to give him 3 kids, we could have gave him 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, did he have to have 2 kids and 1 on the way? Like, could he have just been 1 and the baby mama and them just didn't work out? Like, come on. We could have wrote in a better role for him. We could have. But like, I stick to my same point I said last week, that I really feel like if we gonna have a big dude in the picture at some point, then we need to have Kelly need to get her own thing going. We didn't see much of her and Tiffany this episode, except for the Halloween episode, which I loved Kelly when dressed as Babs. I loved it. That was spot on. And then, Tiffany as Cleopatra, but whatever. And of course, naturally, Kelly's banter is all about penis and dick, so nothing new there. Okay. East, Just saying, your writer's room is fly. Can we do more for Kelly? Can we? Hello? Yes, we can. I just think that it's totally doable, and we're just not doing it. Okay, you know what? It's only episode 2, Issa. I'm gonna let you have it, but by episode 4, we're gonna have to add something in there. Okay, please, thank you. So yeah, like I said, this episode really wasn't that eventful, but we gotta have these foundational episodes to get us through the season. So let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comment section down below. What do we think about episode 2? What are we thinking is going to happen as the season moves along? I would love to hear your thoughts and kind of like your predictions for the rest of the season. Let me know in the comment section down below. I am full. BAREBURGER is bomb.com. You guys, please check them out. This is totes not sponsored. I just love ordering from BAREBURGER. It's like my splurge meal. It's usually BAREBURGER. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in next week's recap. Deuces.